Good morning, Robyn here from Gardening with Mama Bird. Today I'm going to jump right into what I have planned today. I want to do a little refresh in a little garden bed area that I have that has been challenging for me since I've lived in this house. So I'm going to try something different and see how it works out. And I'm always trying new plants in this area. So let me show you what I've got going on. So this little corner of my backyard garden gets mostly shade. And there's a very short time in the day where this little area might get an hour of sun. But also in this area, I have fur babies that live next door, a fur baby that lives behind, and they like to bark at each other at the fence. So I've been trying to make an attempt to put different types of fences in this area to keep Emmy out, because Emmy likes to get in this area. Oh, look, she's inside now. She's not out here right now. And bark at the dog behind me. And I'm trying to teach her not to, but it's just her nature, I think. It's getting a little bit better. So I had along here a fence that was a dog type pen that I bordered it with. She would not jump over it. Then I went and purchased this fence from Lowe's, which is a thicker metal, and she decided right away she was going to jump over it. So I placed a cloche in here because she would jump this spot. Now she won't jump there. Then she decided she would jump here. So I tried to place different things in here, which is not really aesthetically what I wanted, but I'm trying to keep her out of the area. I even put a little fence in the back there. So if she did jump over, she couldn't get over to the fence. And then on this side, I had placed this pot here to keep her from jumping in this area, a cloche, another little fence back in there. So as you can see, it's a menagerie of stuff, which I really don't like to have in there, but I'm trying to keep the barking at a minimum if possible. So I'm going to work on refreshing this area. I purchased a new fence, which I tried, that is a little miniature no dig fence. Again, she jumps over it. I wish I could figure out a way to raise it a bit, so I'm still on the lookout for that. But my plan today, I'll show you, is to take this container that I created and place it over there on some stone because it loves the shade, and it'll give me some height and also prevent her from jumping. And then just do some more planting in this area to refresh the area and to be able to enjoy it a little bit more. So let's get started on this project. On another note, which I forgot to mention, the reason I purchased this little fence is because the wiring in it is more thin and you can see through it better. It doesn't obstruct your vision or view of the garden as much as this one does. This one really sticks out and you can see it. So that's why I had purchased this. So it's not as noticeable and you can see the garden bed area. So I'm hoping to figure out how to make this work and keep her from this area. Decide if I want to limb some of this up so I can see plants underneath. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a little bit, and then after I plant in here, if there's more I want to limb up, I'll do it. I just don't want to overdo it and then wonder why I did that. So I'm going to prune a few things off. And often there's a lot of plants that they look great limbed up and you can see the trunk underneath. So let's do a little bit and see how I like it. Okay, so over in this area right here, I'm going to put a couple stones, but before I put stones to put my planter on it, I'm going to take some diatomaceous earth, sprinkle it underneath. It's pet safe, and it also kills some of those crawling little bugs that you don't want in the garden. And this is what it is that I'm putting in there. So it will be underneath. And then I will be placing a couple bricks. I'm going to have to fuss a little bit with them to determine the best placement, and then leveling them for, let me turn that one around. Maybe I'll face them this way so they look a little better. But the reason I'm putting the blocks under them is because I don't want the holes that I drilled in my container to set right on the soil and then block it, and it really doesn't get drainage when it's needed. There we go. I want them on the internal part of the planter. Okay, so I put those blocks in there. I thought they would sit on the inside of that planter, but they're not going to. But I will put them closer together. And I wanted to step back and take a look to make sure I like the height and the placement of it before I truly level it out and do the best I can to get it level and not have it shift later. So I think I like it there. I'm going to push in the bricks and level it and continue to work. Okay, I shifted this over a little bit, took a little bit of work and pushed it closer to the fence because it's not going to bother the fence or that area at all. I got my bunny back in here. Now what I want to do is take the different plants that I have that will grow well in a shaded area and see what I want to put into this area. Now I did get some heuchera and I wanted to bring that in for some different color variation. So let me get started playing with where I might want to place these and get them in the ground. I'm excited about this. I think I like the placement, but I'm definitely going to have to limb up the xylosma a little bit so that that dark heuchera in the back you will be able to see, and hopefully it'll grow well in there. It's like hit and miss whether I can get the heuchera to grow well. This one has been sitting in the garden bed in its pot and it's done well over here, so hopefully it will do just as well in the ground. These little variegated ones, they haven't done as well this year. I was hoping they'd pick up a little bit, but I think I like this. And then I think I will also take and add in some of these annual begonias around there because they're not going to get very tall, just as a filler in there. my goodness. Looks like I have the flowers and the plants all planted in the garden bed. Now I have a mess. This is real life. This is what gardening's like. And I think what I'm going to do is clean up the mess, and then I'll add the fence in there so Emmy doesn't get in there. But I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I'm excited to see it grow in. I just feel like this garden refresh gave this area a new life. Okay, so before I put the fence in and find out I come up short on one end, I laid them on the concrete and tried to balance each edge, where if I need to compensate with another fence, I'm able to do so. So now that I have it laid out on there and have it where it needs to go, I just need to lift it up, stick it in the soil, and they are no digs, so these little pins just slide through these little holes and they hold it in place. Well, it's the next morning. I decided to wait until morning because of the lighting out here. It was so difficult to see. But my little refresh of a corner garden has been completed, and I really like how it looks. You'll have to let me know what you think about the different fencing. I have that thicker fence over there, and then I put this one in because it's a little more transparent and not as obvious in the garden. So the one thing I may have to do is find something that I can put under each little panel to raise it up, because these can go down further and support it. But if I can raise it up just a bit to keep Miss Emmylou from jumping over, it would be awesome. So lots of little shade loving plants. In here I have some heuchera, some annual begonias, some lamium to fill in as a ground cover. This heuchera hopefully will do well back in this area. I love the purple tone of that one. And I'm not sure how these begonias will do, if I'll be able to winter them over, but I may give it a concerted effort to do that. And then the container behind, which I had done earlier, placed in here, I just think looks super pretty and adds some height over in that corner next to the bird bath. So overall, I'm super happy with it, and I have to say it was a very therapeutic activity for me, because I had kind of a stressful week with my little dog Opie, who has pancreatitis and diabetes, and he had an acute pancreatitis attack and wasn't doing well at all, and they didn't know if he was going to make it. But I'm super excited. He's doing well. He's eating, he's moving about, and he's a happy little guy. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thank you for watching and joining me, and have a great day. Bye-bye.